SwoleBenji here. Today I'm going to show off every weapon and ability in New World, and we're just going to be running through some level 12 pirates. I'm level 43, so they're pretty darn easy. I'm going to show off the light attacks, the heavy attacks, and all of the abilities for every weapon. There's not too many weapons currently in the game, so this won't take too long, but we do have to wait on our cooldown. So let's go ahead and get started here. Alright, so here is the light attack. It's 2 swings and a spin. This is for the sword weapon. The heavy attack is just a thrust. Alright, so this is slash damage, and then this is thrust damage, and different enemies have different weaknesses. So right now I have, here's the current abilities that I have on the sword. I have Shield Rush, Shield Bash, and Defiant Stance. Alright, so Defiant Stance just makes you take 30% less damage with Talented, and you're above 50% HP. That's 50% damage reduction, and then it heals you at the end of the spell. So here's what it looks like. You just kind of bang your shield, and then you stomp the ground like a like a whiny little child, I guess. And then here's Shield Bash. So we're gonna get this pirate to stand up, and then we're gonna bash them, and that puts them into a stun. And then this is Shield Charge. There you go, or Shield Rush as it's called in this game. And that's the first 3 sword abilities. Well, not really the first. I guess it's the first hinkier ones. Now I'm going to show off Whirling Blade, Reverse Stab, and Leaping Strike. However, I do have to wait 15 seconds before I can re-talent the weapon. Also, a cool thing about using a sword is you can use a shield. So I can hold block here, and this blocks pretty much everything. It blocks spells, gunshots, swings, attacks, but it does take stamina. Alright. So this person really can't hurt me because I've got my shield. I can just lower my shield while they reload, put it back up, and I have full stamina again. So I'm going to take cover, and then I'm going to switch my talents real quick. There we go. We're going to respec and just bam, 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 right in there. Throw some points into that. There we go. Okay, so here is Whirling Blades. You do a spin, and you kind of move forward. It reminds me of, like, Smash Bros, like Link's, what is it, up B attack. Alright, and then you have Reverse Stab. You turn around backwards and you stab. And then you have Lunging Stab. And this person's messing up my video because they're killing all the mobs and I'm trying to show off the skills. So, Whirling Blades. I'm going to have to find new pirates to kill because they're clearly killing them. I really do want to connect a hit with Reverse Stab. It's a good amount of damage. It's not like the highest. So I'm going to stagger this mob real quick. There we go. And then Reverse Stab. Okay, well, I still didn't hit him. But you get the point. It's just a high damage attack. And then this one is a gap closer because you jump at them and you stab them. And that's pretty much the sword. So let's show off the next weapon now. And we can show off the life staff here. So currently on the life staff, which we have Orb of Protection, we have Sacred Ground, and Beacon. So Orb of Protection buffs people. I have it talented to also do a heal over time. Alright. Then we have Beacon, which you can put this on enemies or fire it at the ground, and it's a heal over time area of effect. And then we have Sacred Ground, which is another heal over time area of effect. And these can all stack. So you just cast all 3 at your feet, and now I have 3 heals going on. So pretty cool stuff. The other spells on Life Staff, there is Light's Embrace, which is a targeted heal. So you just target a person or yourself, and then you heal them, which I can show off right now, actually. So, as soon as my abilities come off cooldown. Also, the light attack, you just shoot a little orb. And then the heavy attack is you whirl it up and shoot a kind of a fatter orb. Does more damage. Oh, the pirate wants some. So we can just kill the pirate here. And there we go. Just doing heavy attacks. Now that they're vulnerable, hit them with the light attack and down they go. And they're weak to nature damage because they're like undead pirates. And this is, well, yeah. I don't know. Video game logic, right, guys? Alright, so switching up now our talents. We need to get Light's Embrace there, and then Divine Embrace. Oh, that's a player, that's not a mob. I was like, what the heck is attacking me? Alright, so let's get these abilities going. Alright, so this is a targeted heal. So I could heal this person if I wanted. There we go, I healed them for 58. Alright. This one is an AoE heal. It also cleanses. And then this one is also a targeted heal. So I actually missed because they got knocked back out of the heal. And I totally missed that again. I have targeting turned off, so I have to AoE heal like that, right? The reason I have it turned off is because if I try to heal myself, then it will target just random people around me. So there we go. I'll heal myself, but I'm fully healed, so it's not showing anything. Anyway, that's the life staff. It's pretty simple stuff. This person is like, I'm not gonna be able to hit them with that. I don't know. It's a little weird. I thought it was like sticky targeting, like as long as I clicked on them, right? I'm still not hitting them, and I'm out of mana. This guy's eating food now. He's like, man, this guy sucks at heals. What's he doing? What is he doing? See, like, he ran out of the circle, so I can't heal. I don't know. Well, that's the life staff. Alright, next weapons. We got the bow. Alright, so the bow's pretty cool. Except I don't have anything talented into it. But let's fix that real quick. We're gonna go with the skirmisher tree. You got evade shot, rain of arrows, and a poison shot. Alright, so evade shot's really weird to hit with. Like, say I wanted to shoot this person. I mean, like, I still missed, and they're just walking around, right? And if they're close, it's still awkward. Now, rain of arrows is really cool, because you can shoot this pretty far away. It's a big old AoE circle. It makes them bleed. It does decent damage. And then there's poison cloud. You can hit them directly with it, or hit the ground. It leaves a big old cloud of fart gas. And this will deal damage as long as they're standing in it. And also, this person got stuck with it, so they're, you know, suffering from it anyway. Let's see if we can evade shot the turkey. We did. It just makes you jump backwards and shoots an arrow. It's really not that great. I don't think it's that great at all. Alright, waiting on cooldowns, and then I'll show you the second ability. So there is a few different ways to attack with the bow. You can do a hip fire shot, so you just left click and you just kind of shoot from your chest. You can hold right click to aim it. And then you could actually just press left click for a light shot, and then if you hold left click, you'll draw it back and do a heavy shot. And that's what you want to do. That does the real damage. So let's just show off a heavy shot to the head. There we go, 260, and a light shot to the head, if I can hit it, is 153. So it's like, it's a huge difference in damage. And see, I still missed with the evade shot. I aimed at her center mass, and I still missed, okay? This is a weapon you gotta kind of get good at. And even then, I don't think it's that great. Alright, so we're switching now to the other abilities. And the other abilities, they're pretty good, too. You got power shot. Now, splinter shot is awful. And then there's rapid shot. So, power shot, you basically have a fully charged arrow that fires mostly straight. So, there we go. Right in her face. Alright, let me just kill this mob so I can show off the other abilities. And I'm actually going to switch weapons here and just take them out real quick. I mean, they're only level 12. So, they're pretty easy to kill. But see, like, I can just spam attacks and kill them, whereas the bow, it's a little more complicated. Anyway, the next one is split shot. This one is really goofy. I don't see this staying in the game. You shoot an arrow, and then it splits into 3 arrows, really wide range. You can't really expect to hit anything with this. You can't shotgun with it, and yeah, it sucks. Now, rapid shot's pretty cool, because you just shoot a bunch of shots really quickly. So if you're hitting a single, I missed all those, by the way. If you hit a single target with this, it's actually pretty good. So here's some cool text you can do. You can charge up a light arrow. You can hold left click and charge up an attack, and then immediately press Q and then get your power shot. And that's how you can kind of spam arrows at an enemy. All right, let's hit him with the rapid fire. There we go. And so that's the bow. I personally don't think the bow's very good. It does follow trajectory rules, so, you know, you can kind of, like, rain arrows down, I guess, sort of. You have to, like, lead your shots. It's really awkward to use. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the bow. Alright, next weapon is let's go with Fire Staff. Alright, Fire Staff, the light attack, you shoot a fireball. Heavy attack, you shoot a bigger fireball. That's pretty much it. Okay. It's not really a lot going on. You got the flamethrower. You just kind of shoot fire in front of you. Like this. And it keeps going as long as you have mana or until you get hit. Then it cancels or until you cancel it. Alright. The other ability is... This is the good one. This is probably the best spell in the whole tree, is Incinerate. You just kind of cast a circle around you, and when it's fully talented, you hit twice. Pretty good. This one is a little awkward. It's called Burnout. When it's fully maxed out, you can go 50% further. And it just kind of shoots you forward. It actually does decent damage now. It used to not. Alright, now, waiting on cooldowns. The other things we have are Pillar of Fire, which is actually pretty quick. Meteor Shower, which sounds cool, but it's awful. And then there's Fireball, which, you know, it's a standard fireball, but it's more like a lava dump, if any. I'll show you what I mean. It's Kind of a disappointing weapon, really. I was really hyped to play this when the game came, or when the beta came out, but not so much. So here's Flame Pillar. So you just make an explosion under their feet. And then here's Meteor Shower. Right, it does really tiny damage. You can be interrupted out of it. And then here's Fireball. You just throw like a ball of fire. It makes a little puddle on the ground that they can be burned in. So this is a level 12 mob, and I'm barely hurting them. I mean, yeah, my auto attacks deal more damage. Like, why would it even cast spells when I can just left click spam, huh? Yeah, here's Meteor Shower. So, you can't even really see the graphic. Like, it's really puny looking. I don't know. I'm not a fan of this weapon at all. It does very little damage. Like, this is the weapon that I started with. Max intelligence out, you know, and it just did pitiful damage. So yeah, one more time, Fireball. We just chunk a little blob of fire, lights up the ground. Enemies that stand in it take burn damage, but they take... It's very little damage. I don't know. This weapon is very lackluster. It's underwhelming. I'm not a fan. Alright, so next weapon now. We have the Great Axe. This is everyone's current favorite weapon in the beta. Everyone is using this thing. I'm using this thing. It's so ridiculously stupid and powerful, okay? So there's a few reasons why. Whenever you put spec into Great Axe, you can do heavy attacks with grit. And what grit means is that you can't be interrupted while you attack. Alright, so let's go find some pirates. And for instance, this is the light attack, just to show it off. This is the heavy attack 1, this is heavy attack 2, and that's, for whatever reason, heavy attack 2 is bugged and hits twice. So, because you can't be interrupted and it hits twice, it's currently one of the highest damage weapons in the game. It will probably be fixed, but let me just spam heavy attacks on this character. So, heavy 1, heavy 2, dink dink, heavy 1, and they're dead. Like... That has been the easiest kill so far. And do remember, I'm at 5 strength, right? 5 dex. I'm not doing any bonus damage with any of these weapons, alright? This is just the raw static damage. Okay, so for abilities you have, well, the ones that I have equipped right now are, I've got Gravity Well, I've got Reap, and Charge. So Charge is pretty cool. Charge is this. You run at them and then you hit them. Gravity Well, you throw your axe. It makes this vortex, and then when this explodes, it deals more damage. That also sucks them in. And then Reap is kind of like from League of Legends. You like grab forward, and then you yoink people closer to you. But hey, you know what? Your heavy attack, when talented, does the same thing. Alright, waiting on cooldowns, 10 seconds. Now, the other ones are Maelstrom and Whirlwind, which sound really cool, right? And they kind of are, a little bit. But you can be interrupted and knocked out of them. So, Whirlwind really doesn't... Oh, this is going to cost Azoth because I'm over level 10 on it. Alright, so let's just put those 2 points there. So here's Maelstrom. You run up and you just do a spin. It sucks them closer. And then here's Whirlwind, which you just start spinning. And you can actually spin up to 7 times. I only spun 3 times because the mob hit me out of it. By default, you spin 4 times. And that's the Great Axe. Pretty simple. Pretty cool weapon. Yeah. Alright, and now let's show off the spear. The spear is, I think, one of the more fun weapons to use. I think it's very engaging. It's also probably going to be a PvP meta weapon once people figure it out and how useful it is, because you can basically knock people down constantly with it. Alright, so here we go. Let's get some points into the spear here. Alright, we're going to start with Javelin, Throw, Sweep, and Cyclone. So Javelin Throw is pretty simple. You go Spartan mode, you get your Javelin out, and you just huck it at somebody. Right? Same thing like arrows. I didn't throw it high enough, so I didn't hit this guy. Sweep is, it's just a quick attack, and it trips people. So there we go, now he's knocked down. And then Whirlwind knocks people away from you. So, pretty cool weapon. Once you talent Javelin Throw, you can knock people down with it. And here's the light attack is just 2 stabs. The heavy attack is just a very big lunging stab, like that. And that's pretty much it for that side of the spear. The other side of the spear, they have some cool abilities as well. Alright, these are mostly stabs. You've got Skewer, Perforate, and Vault Kick. So Skewer, you just jump at them and then you poke them. Like, I guess you poke them in the dick or something. But Perforate here, you stab them really quickly multiple times, so... There you go, 3 quick stabs. Vault Kick, well, I got interrupted there. Let me try it again. Alright, so Vault Kick, you kick them, and it stuns them kind of like the Shield Bash. It's the only other stun on weapons, really. And there you go, that's the spear. Very simple, very clean weapon. Pretty scary in PvP when people start knocking you down constantly. Alright. The Rapier is another cool weapon. It's also very powerful for single targets. I gotta wait on my cooldowns before it'll let me switch. There we go. I haven't used this one before apparently. So yeah, Rapier. So here's the light attack. It's a swing, 2 swipes, and then like a poke. So da 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 da. All right. Now let's get those abilities talented so I can show off what it does. All right, we're gonna start with this tree. We have Tondo, Flourish and Finish, and Flurry. So Tondo, it's an attack with a little bit longer range. It causes a bleed. Flourish and Finish is a swipe, and then you left click and you'll do a stab. And what that does is it takes all the bleeds on the enemy from Tondo and applies it immediately. And then there's Flourish, which is just a bunch of quick little stabs. Alright, so real quick we'll show it off on the mobs. We got Tondo, so we've made him bleed and we can like run around now. That's cool, right? Then we're gonna Flourish and finish him. So Flourish and then finish. And there we go, we chunked him for a bit. And then we're gonna do Perforate. Wait, not Perforate, what's it called again? It is called Flurry, yeah, my bad. And then this guy just killed them all before I could really fully show it off. So I'm gonna run over here, find a mob, and yeah, we'll do Flurry on him. There we go. I don't really like this weapon. I think it's gonna be pretty meta in like 1v1s, but who knows? There's no telling. All right, let's go. Flurry time. Oh, wrong skill. Okay, I'm gonna let her hit me, and then I'm gonna hit her back. And she dodged. Okay, yeah. See, I don't know. I'm not a fan. Oh, the heavy attack is just a really evasive stab. Like your character like leans down a bit and then does a pretty long range stab. That's about it. I can't vault that. Okay, weird. The next tree is more defensive. You got evade, riposte, and flesh. I don't know how to say it. So evade's pretty cool. You can like attack and then you can do a quick little dodge and then it resets your attacks. Flesh is just kind of like a dive forward, a little twirly spin. And then riposte is a defensive thing. Like you enter riposte mode and if someone hits you while you're doing that, you will block it and then counter attack. And yes, you can riposte bullets, which is really cool looking. So if you ever see a Rapier user stick his sword out like this, well, I can't do it for 5 more seconds. Then don't swing on him because he's gonna punish you for it. Okay. So let's show it off. Oh wait, there's a mob. We can use the mob. All right, so we got the mob's attention. Stand up. There we go. Riposte, and then bam, we hit him back. Pretty cool, huh? Also, we can evade, which I guess I didn't evade a bullet, and then I can flesh, and which goes through them. By the way, there's no hitbox on that. So we can slash them up, evade, and then start our slash chain over. And that's the Rapier. It's kind of I don't like it. I think it's a boring weapon, kind of a wimpy looking weapon. Like when I play games, I want to be like big manly Chad weapons. All right. But hey, it's a good weapon nonetheless. Then you have the Hatchet. This is like literally my favorite weapon. One of my what I think is the best weapon in the game. Honestly, probably what I'll end up playing. Oh, I gotta pay for respec on this one. Okay, so that's fine. It's beta, whatever. So we have Berserk, we have Feral Rush, and Raging Torrent. So Berserk, this increases your damage, and when talented, it makes you uninterruptible. It heals you over time, and it just makes you do more damage. It's really, really good. Right now, I don't have it talented, obviously. The next one is Feral Rush, which I would like to show it on a mob. But essentially, you do a leap forward, and then you do a double swing. This is for people running away or for people in the distance. And then the last one is, what was it called again? I want to call it Flurry, but it's not called Flurry. It's called Raging Torrent. Alright, and it's just a 4-swing combo. And I just want to mention that all your attacks with the Hatchet cleave. So if you have multiple enemies in front of you, you can hit all of them with these attacks. It's just so good. It's just so freaking good. Like, and that took half his HP and staggered him, right? And then this, like, it's over. Like, you combine Berserk with these, and it's over, okay? You hit Berserk, you're healing, you're dealing extra damage, you can't be interrupted. You do 3 swings or 4, and then you follow it up with that if they're running back. You follow it up with Flurry if you're cleaving down a whole group of mobs. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But to offset, oh, I gotta pay another respec fee. That's fine. I can get plenty of A's off. It's alright. It's all for the vid. Hope y'all appreciate it. Okay. So there's actually one more thing I want to talent in here too for Hatchet. And that is the right-click aim throw. That changes the weapon up. So once you go into the throwing tree, instead of holding right-click to block, you can hold right-click to throw hatchets, which you can just kind of continuously chunk at them. And you can talent it to make it where headshots actually deal damage. But see, I can't block anymore. I have to dodge, but I'm in heavy armor, so I can't dodge. Alright. So, there we go. We threw hatchets at her. She's dead. Alright. Now, the abilities that you get with the hatchet are Rending Throw, you get Social Distancing, with stupid name, and Infected Throw. So, Rending Throw, it throws them, it debuffs them, makes them deal less damage. Social Distancing, you jump backwards, and you throw a hatchet. Whatever. Then you have the third one. What was it called again? She's going to hit me before I can look up the name. There we go. Okay, so the name was Infected Throw. This one has a big wind-up, right? Look at that. Look how long that took to cast. And that diseases them. It makes that makes them where they receive less healing. So this tree is kind of lackluster compared to the melee counterpart. I don't recommend it. But yeah, if you want to throw hatchets, you can just kind of spam it at people. Like, I saw a video of a guy that stood over a cliff and he just threw hatchets at people down below. It's kind of funny, but whatever. Kind of a crappy tree. Alright, now the musket. Now, the musket is great. The musket is amazing. Alright, so I'm going to show off these three abilities, which is Trap, Powder Burn, and Shooter's Stance first. Alright, so Trap, you throw down a trap, and when enemies walk into it, they're rooted, essentially. The way guns work is you will shoot them, and then you have to reload. Alright. And the way I have it set is I can shoot, don't do a dodge, and then shoot immediately. She's going to run into this trap here. There we go. And then headshots absolutely count. They deal extra damage, whereas shooting them in like the leg does not deal extra damage. Let's see, I can dodge, I can shoot. I'm very comfortable with this weapon over most others. It turns the game into a first-person shooter. The weapon is hit scan, and what hit scan means is the second that the game detects that I have clicked a hitbox, right, there's no trajectory. As soon as I left click, it takes damage, no matter what, right? And this skater's going to reset. He won't be able to reach me. But if we were on even ground, I could blow him up before he could act. Alright, so now there's Powder Burn. Or maybe not. Maybe he's going to be able to path towards me. You can't put traps on silver mobs. Hey, I'm over here, dude. The pirate aggroed because of the gator. Alright, so Powder Burn, you load in a special flamey bullet, and when you hit them with it, they burn for damage over time. So I just shot her in the head. She's going to burn for 13 seconds. And you can see there, her health is just ticking away. She doesn't have longer to live. And there you go. Down she goes. Alright, cool. The last one is this one is Shooter Stance. You take the knee, never been the knee, lads, unless you're shooting. And you can shoot 5 shots very quickly. You have a very fast reload. So I know I'm missing on purpose. I'm just showing off how fast you can shoot, right? That was with Shooter Stance. This is without Shooter Stance, okay? You take much longer to reload. So what you can do is you can combine your passives. Like, I have a passive where if I shoot them in the head 3 times in a row, I get a free reload, essentially, right? So that's 2, that's 3, and then, boom, that would be the 4th. So you can combine that with where if you shoot, you dodge, you can shoot again once every 5 seconds. And yeah, I'm getting beat up here. That's fine, because I mean, we outleveled this guy anyway. The problem is that I have no dex, so I'm dealing base raw damage. I wish I could skeet shoot the anchor that he throws. That would be so cool. I actually do no damage at all because this weapon is there we go. Actually, he had a shield up. That's why I was doing no damage. I forgot. Game mechanic. Yeah, he can cast like a lightning shield and that absorbs damage. I missed his head, so he won't burn as long. But throw down a trap, see if it hits him. It does. So he's trapped for a little bit. We can take a knee. We start blasting. But while you're kneeling, you can't really dodge as quick. See, now he's got his shield up. Gotta reload. It can get a little tense. You're like reloading, a giant bear's charging at you. But you generally don't want to use guns with heavy armor. Because it does make you dodge slow. Like with light armor, you can roll really far away. You can get many shots off. Anyway, so that's the musket, but there's more to show you. All right, and pay more A's off. Alright, so stopping power, we got sticky bomb, and then we have powder shot. So powder shot is just a damage enhancing bullet. This just means you will deal more damage with your shot. That's pretty much it. There we go, did more damage. Stopping power, you shoot them and it knocks them back, it staggers them. It also, if they're blocking. The last one is sticky bomb. You equip a little grenade and you throw it at them, and you can stick it to them and then they'll blow up. She dodged the explosion. What a Stacy. Well, that was anticlimactic. I should really pick mobs that don't have a dodge mechanic, okay? So let's see if we can... The sun's in my eyes, so I can't really aim very well. There we go. Maybe that hit. That did not hit at all. That was puny. You can't blow up on your own grenade. You can't do team damage. If you aggroed a bunch of mobs and you threw a grenade on one, it will blow all of them up. Luckily, it has a pretty short cooldown, so we can try again. There we go. We stuck it to her crotch. Fire crotch. Oh, she's running at us. Okay, there you go. You see? Blows up, does some damage. It's an okay skill. It's kind of slow because you have to do the animation where you pull it out. I don't really like it that much. I would rather just use the gun as the gun and not a weird like grenade thing. You can also like lob it really far, like if you're in like a war or a big group fight, and it won't blow up until it hits the ground. Like the timer for the grenade does not start until it connects to something. And there it goes, it went poof. So that's the musket, guys. That is the musket. We got two more. We got the ice gauntlet. I actually really like the ice gauntlet. I think this weapon is one of the best in the game. The light attack, and then the heavy attack. This has a really big hitbox. Okay, like arrows have a teeny tiny hitbox, but the light and heavy attacks, they shoot fast, they deal lots of damage, and pirates are actually weak against ice. That's why I'm doing so much damage to them. Alright. Very, very easy weapon to use. Right now, I have an AoE set up on the ice gauntlet. I've got Ice Storm with Ice Shower and Entomb. So I'm going to show those off first. So Ice Storm, you cast a pretty big circle on the ground, and it deals constant damage. So check it out. There's Ice Storm, and it's just ticking away very, very fast. Much faster than a bleed or a burn, okay? And I have it talented where if I use a heavy attack, while they're in that storm, they become frozen and cannot act or move. Very powerful stuff, alright? Entombed, it just puts you into a shield. It gives you a little life bar. You can't move. If enemies hit you, it hits the Ice Tomb's life bar and not yours. I can left click to explode it for AoE damage. And then the last one is Ice Shower here. If enemies run through this, they become very, very slow and debuffed, and you can talent it to last longer. What I like to do is cast that and then swap to like the musket and just blast away. Alright, let me wait on my cooldowns, and then I'll show you the other ice abilities, which are kind of lackluster. I don't think they're that great. They're kind of cool, though. They're kind of different than other games, so show that off real quick. Just waiting on cooldowns to swap weapons, guys. Alright, so Ice Gauntlet, this one's also... This one costs 50 to respec, holy crap. Alright, so we got Ice Spikes, and then Wind Chill, and Ice Pylon. Alright, so Ice Spikes, you shoot ice on the ground, and then at the end there's a big spike. You can talent it where it shoots out little puff balls on the left and right sides. Does more damage. Alright, what is this ability called? It's a really crappy one. It does like no damage. Wind Chill. So Wind Chill, it's like the flamethrower, but it's frosty. It pushes enemies back and it does a little bit of damage. And then this one is really cool. This is, what is it? Frost Pylon? What's it called? Ice Pylon. So you put a little thing on the ground, and it's just a turret. It shoots the enemies, right? And most likely they will have aggro on this, and they will attack this. So you can cast this and go loot chests while they fight, right? It's pretty interesting, right? This guy's name, Joe Biden 1. Very very triggering name there he got. Anyway, so that's the Frost Staff. Pretty cool weapon. One of my favorite. It's probably what I'll end up playing when the game comes out. Then finally we have the Warhammer. Warhammer is oh man, I don't like this one at all. Okay, so here's the light attacks. It's just a swing and then like a push, right? And then the heavy attack is just an overhead slam. This can slightly cleave, but not by much. It just hits that little circle. You see that circle on the ground? It just hits within that area. So if you have a lot of mobs around you in a 180-degree radius, you're only going to hit like the first 3 or 4 in front of you. It's not really that great. Alright, so for Warhammer, Let me respec there so I can show you the skills. I'm going to show off Armor Breaker, Mighty Gavel, and Wrecking Ball. So, Armor Breaker breaks armor, Mighty Gavel does damage, and Wrecking Ball, it says it flattens enemies, but... Oh, I didn't actually accept it there, did I? It says it flattens enemies, but I found that's not the case. So here's what it looks like. You hit them, that breaks some armor. This one just does damage, and then this one flattens. It's supposed to make them knocked down, but I haven't seen it do that. Very, very crappy. I'm not a fan of this weapon. It's just, I don't know. I'm sure someone will find a good use for it. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the meta. I don't know. But I personally won't be using this because I just do not like it. Absolutely awful. Very boring, slow. Doesn't really mesh well with other weapons. The only thing that I like is one of the abilities is extremely loud. Okay, so we have Clear Out. This knocks enemies back from you. This one does an AoE Earthquake and does damage, and it applies stun, but like you're usually comboing it with other things, so they're not stunned very long. So here's the knockback. That knocks enemies back. Very long wind up. You're gonna be being beaten on while you do that. Then this is the stun. It says it's 2 seconds, but it does not feel like 2 seconds. Now this is the loud ability. People can hear this across the zone. So if you're ever out adventuring and you hear like lightning, thunder crack, that's what it is. Hey, this guy, is he using the hammer? Yeah, so he's using the hammer. Check him out. So he did like a light into a heavy. There you go. He just used that ability too. So I don't know. Just I'm not liking it. It's just not my favorite. Anyway, that's the weapons of New World. I know I didn't go into super massive depth. You know, this isn't like a full thing. All this stuff's bound to change whenever the game releases, okay, guys? So don't get too attached to these. Like, since the preview tests and mini alphas, they changed the stats on these. That's why I'm not really bothering to talk about them right now, because we're still in beta, right? For all I know, when the game comes out, these could do way, way, way more damage, or maybe even have different effects on them. So that's why, like I said, we're not wasting time on it. Anyway, I'm SwoleBenji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a bro and stay swole. I just wanted to make sure to show off the weapons, something for you to watch while you wait for the game to come out. Make sure you leave a like and a comment. Do both. It's an algorithm combo. It's a YouTube cheat code. It really helps out. It helps out more than anything else, okay? Also, subscribe. I make a video every single day. You're missing out if you don't subscribe. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Right now, it's completely free. You can always unsubscribe later if you feel like it. I appreciate it, lads. Take care. See you in the next one.